Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our viewers around the world. Welcome to our session on You've Got Options. Take your pick. This is a part of a December series. We've been delving deeper into the major of psychology. I'll be your host. My name is Michael Main. I'm Partner Development Manager here at ApplyBoard. And today we're very excited to be highlighting California State University at Long Beach. With our guest, Professor Chun, and student of psychology, Jenna DeSouza. I'd like to invite them both to join the stage right now and start by introducing themselves to tell you a little bit about their roles and experience at CSU Long Beach.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chia Chun. I'm one of the professors in the psychology department at CSULB, which is what we also call ourselves. And I've been at Cal State Long Beach since 2000. So this makes it my 21st year. And my background is in clinical psychology. I love teaching courses like intro psych and abnormal psychology. It's such a pleasure to meet you all.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gina D'Souza, and I am a fourth-year undergraduate psychology student. This is my fourth year in America and in the psychology program. Yeah.
Well, thank you both for joining us. Let me delve into a few questions. Dr. Chun, psychology is a popular major at a lot of universities throughout the U.S. How large is the one at CSU Long Beach, and what makes it different from the others?
Oh, my goodness. So, yes, psychology is a very popular major at our school as well. It is, in fact, one of the largest departments at Cal State Long Beach, probably the second largest. So that's pretty big. We have, the last time I checked, we had about over 1,200 undergraduate students in our department. So you can see how big it is. Last year, we gave out 504 bachelor's degree, about 30 to 40 master's degrees. And this is how big it is. I mean, compared to the next largest department in our college, which is like sociology, they gave out 322 degrees. So yeah, we are really big.
Interesting. Are there any special facilities or resources at CSU Long Beach for students that are worth noting?
Yeah, so our faculty in the department provide a wide range of expertise. So we have facilities that kind of reflect their expertise. But let me just tell you a little bit about our faculty. So what's really nice is that we don't have a single dominant orientation to the field of psychology. So that's a big plus for the undergraduates because you want to come here and get to know explore the various disciplines, and then really figure out what you like the best. So we have faculty with expertise in traditional experimental psychology, social psychology, developmental psychology, and neuroscience, as well as in applied fields such as clinical, health, industrial and organizational, and human factors. Our undergraduate students have many opportunities to work with all of these professors in the lab, and they have a very strong commitment to teaching, and many of them win awards in the college and outside of the college. So, what makes us unique is that we, compared to the more well-known schools like UCLA or USC, there are neighboring schools. We're very student-centered. So what that means is the students are number one on our campus. We love to work with our students in everything we do, including research. You do not have to be a PhD student to work closely with a professor. So what that means, and Jenna is nodding, right? So what that means is that we have faculty who present and do research presentations regularly with their students. I mean, they have given over 1,000 research papers at national and international conferences, which might be a great deal of interest for our prospective students. In terms of facilities, you've asked, so we have a wonderful place called Psychology Resource Office that provides resources to undergraduate students who are interested in exploring their career options and also provide with academic support. These are peer advisors, and it's a wonderful program called Pro Guides. We also have a brand new brain lab for students who are interested in doing research with animals. You get to really dissect their brain and kind of see what's going on in their brain, and it's a beautiful facility. We also have the Center for Usability and Design and Accessibility. These are people who work with engineers to figure out how technology can be enhanced and make it more user-friendly for people, so people don't make as many mistakes when they use these sophisticated technology.
Interesting. Can you tell us a little bit more about why a student would want to go into psychology and
Oh, yes.
what careers they may typically go
Right.
into?
Right. So, okay, so students in psychology, they all come, and Jenna might be able to speak to this more. We all are interested in people. We want to better understand people, and we want to better understand ourselves. I think a lot of we oftentimes say, okay, psychology is like me study, like we're studying ourselves. We want to understand what makes people tick, right? Meaning like, why are they thinking what they're thinking? Why are they feeling what they're feeling? Why do they behave that way, right? So we want an explanation for that, and psychology provides a lot of answers to those questions. We also want to understand why people are different. Right. So why is this person more creative, whereas another person might be more kind of rational and logical? Some are more emotional and others are different, so impulsive. So we also try to understand individual differences using scientific methods. Now, many students want to gain this kind of knowledge and then use it to help other people, right? So we have including like children. We have a lot of students who want to work with children, also the elderly or people with mental illness. And nowadays, also, we're seeing a growing number of students who want to go into forensic psychology. So they want to understand the criminal mind. And I think a lot of these popular TV shows have contributed to that increase in interest. Um, but we also have a lot of people who want to better understand with people with traumatic experiences or brain injuries, so they work with veterans. Oftentimes, we have a VA hospital right next to our campus, so there's a lot of collaboration that happens there. So oftentimes these students want to pursue a career in counseling or clinical psychology. They want to go into mental health professions. Some students who are interested in working with children want to go into education. So they use psychology as a launching pad for that kind of career. We also have students who want to go into the industry and they want to do kind of marketing kind of research. And we have graduate programs that offer master's degrees. And I can talk to you a little bit more about that later on. So those are kind of, I think, various reasons why people want to go into psychology.
Great. Thanks for those insights. Jenna, as a student, why did you choose psychology as a major, and how do you see it helping you in your future goals? And are you planning to get a graduate degree or get out to the workforce?
Yeah, just like Dr. Chen said, I got into psychology because I wanted to help people. I wanted to talk to people. I wanted to work with people. And I found that psychology was a perfect fit for me because I it was everything that I wanted to do in life. And my career goal is to become a marriage and family therapist. So once I'm done with my undergrad in like a semester, I'm going to go to graduate school to get my master's in marriage and family therapy, and then eventually get my license and provide therapy. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. You mentioned that you're a fourth year student. So, taking all the courses that you already have into consideration, what has been the favorite course you've taken so far?
Yeah, I have two courses that will forever stick with me in my undergraduate education. The first one was called Abnormal Psychology. It was about psychopathology, like disorders like depression, bipolar disorder, like how do people develop those disorders and how to treat them. And I learned a lot as a therapist, as someone who's going to become a therapist. It was really helpful. And on the other spectrum, I took positive psychology in clinical practice. It's basically psychology of happiness and how to make people happy, what's going to make their life worth living, and how to make them increase their happiness level. And all of those were really interesting and really knowledgeable.
Wonderful, wonderful. Dr. Chan, Jenna mentioned possibly going on to a graduate degree. Do you offer those at Long Beach? And are there any special concentrations?
Absolutely. So within our psychology department, we have three master's program. One that is called like general psychological research. That is designed for students who want to go on to PhD program, but haven't quite done all the preparation yet. So we get a lot of students use our program as a launching board for a doctoral education in psychology. We also have a master's program in two applied fields. There are actually two separate programs. One is in industrial organizational psychology. So these are people who want to work in human resources, personnel selections, or marketing type of work, consumer satisfaction studying, that kind of thing, and they work with the industry and work and earn a lot of money. Human factors is another master's program that is very popular, and a lot of the students that come out of that program will end up working with biotech companies, Google, Facebook. So another program that strongly prepares our students for a applied professional career. But at other departments, so outside of psychology department in the College of Education and also College of Health and Human Services, we have the MFT program that Jenna just mentioned. So the marriage family therapy. We also have a master's program in social work. And we also have master's programs in kinesiology that focus on sports psychology. So there's a lot that our university offers for students who are interested in advanced degrees.
That's interesting. It sounds like there's a lot of options for psychology majors and graduate students.
Absolutely.
On campus, are there career support services that the department offers to students who are interested in pursuing careers in these fields?
Yeah, so the pro guide that I mentioned earlier, the Psychology Research Office, these are undergraduate students. They work as peer advisors and they work with students. And I don't know, Jenna, if you had an opportunity to utilize the pro guides, but they help you do these kind of research into different career options and what kind of academic preparation you need in order to pursue them. And they hold workshops, career fairs. We also have in our department a research competition, so students have an opportunity to also present their work and develop public speaking skills, and then also show off the work that they've done throughout the year.
Wonderful. Um, are there internships or careers? Can you give us some examples of some past internships or careers that
Yes,
students have typically
absolutely.
undertaken? Yeah.
So Jenna's mentor, Dr. Courtney Ahrens, is one that really looks into this, or she's the head of this program. We have a course called Internships in Psychology. Students take it. It's a semester-long course. You do 6 hours minimum a week at an internship site, and they help you place you at various kinds of internships. And you attend one class per week, and then so there's a lot of structured support. Now, the types of internships that students typically get placed in are youth mentoring programs. They have school-based programs. They have mental health programs. They also have crisis intervention programs that students can intern at. Medical and criminal justice program. We have a relationship with our local police department, so students can learn more about what it's like to work as a psychologist, mental health professional in the police law enforcement settings, and then also programs in business settings I told you about earlier, the IO focused. So there's a wide variety of internships that students can choose from, but they can also bring their own. If they find something, they know of something, there's a nonprofit organization they want to work at, they can bring it up and then present it as an idea to the course instructor.
Awesome. And as an international recruitment firm, we'd like to know, are there any scholarships for international students pursuing a psychology degree?
Yeah, so I was an international student when I was an undergrad, so I know how tough it is to get scholarship because the expectation is that you come with financial means, right? So the expectation is that you're not going to need financial help. However, in psychology department, we have a number of scholarships that many of our retired professors have set up for students that are psychology majors. So these are so all psychology students are eligible for this, including international students. So one of them is more focused on financial need and motivation to succeed. So if you can make a case and you have an average GPA of 3.0 or above, then you are eligible for that. We have also one that recognizes students who are show strong leadership and service. And then we also have one that rewards students who've overcome early academic difficulties. So let's say you struggled as a high school student or even your freshman year in college because you had stuff happening in your life, or maybe you had learning disability and you really had to figure out how to overcome those challenges and then succeeded. So there is a scholarship that actually supports students like that and rewards them. So there's a number of different scholarships that are available just to our psychology majors.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing. It looks like that we're coming up on time. Dr. Chanda, is there anything more that you'd like to share with us about your program?
So our program is a wonderful, comprehensive program. We have a lot of support in place for students, including international students. We have a very active Center for International Education. So we really welcome our prospective international students to look into our program. I personally had a student who was from Germany, worked with me in my research lab. She then became a PhD student at UCLA in health psychology and now is a practicing researcher back in Germany. So had a very successful educational experience that started at Cal State Long Beach. So I wanted to tell you all that you can do this. This is a wonderful place. And although we're all wearing sweaters today, it's a very warm and fun place to be.
Yeah, it's cold for California
Yeah,
today.
it's
I
right
have a
next to the
scarf on
beach.
even.
Yes.
So, well, we really appreciate you participating in the session. I know how busy you are and appreciate you sharing your perspectives as, a professor and an international student. Jenna, thank you for joining us too. And for all of those who tuned in today, thank you for joining us in our live session. Do follow us on our social channels for more information if you're interested in learning more. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.